When creative production stalls, this book has an easy solution. Build a practice and keep shipping. The Practice by Seth Godin is not waiting for the muse to arrive. It is about producing on a schedule, releasing it, learning from what occurs, and repeating it again tomorrow. The goal is not perfection. The goal is to serve a community, ship rich work, and learn through experience. The majority of people think that talent does it. Godin says that the process does it. Talent emerges from a practice. A practice is a name for a repeatable system. What you do when you sit down, how you finish, and how you share. When the system is clear, fear shrinks. You no longer wonder, am I ready? And start wondering, what does the practice ask me to do today? That simple switch can unstuck years. Chapter 1 is where we learn the big promise. Practice is how we get better, and shipping is how we serve. Inspiration is not the start, but the side effect. Consistent showing up has ideas showing up too. Waiting for magic gets us nothing. Building a practice brings the magic to the party because the work itself invokes it. So what is a practice? It is a chain of tiny steps you do every day, no matter how you feel. It could be, sit at 8 a.m., write 500 words, edit for 20 minutes, send out one tiny thing, write down what you learned. It could be, draw for 40 minutes, select one drawing, post it with one sentence, and write down what people felt. It could be, code for 90 minutes, push a tiny update, write a change log, and ask one user a question. The actual steps are about your work. The concept is that they are clear and reproducible. Shipping puts the work in front of someone who it can help. We don't hold it back. We don't keep working on it. We publish today's work to a quality we decide is good enough to help, and we ship it. Then we come back the next day and ship again. Shipping builds trust and completes the loop from creation to learning. Chapter 2 charts the course. Generous work for a small audience. Godin employs the term ship as builders employ the term launch, but he speaks of the smallest viable audience. Not everybody, not the world. The few who will be transformed by what we create. If we shoot for everybody, we dilute everything. If we shoot for some, we can be direct, unapologetic, and good. Who is it for? That's the million-dollar question. The practice becomes easier when the audience becomes specific. Moms who need 10-minute workouts. Young writers who fear to share. Local business people who hate websites. Math students who get stuck on steps. Choose the few. Learn their language. Hear their problems. Make a promise. I will help you get from here to there. Then build your practice to be able to deliver on that promise in small, regular ways. Generous work means the goal is to help, not to get applause. Paradoxically, generous work gets more applause because people feel seen. When we make to serve, we listen better, we iterate better, and we don't collapse when one piece gets quiet response. We just make the next piece better for the people we serve. Chapter 3 eliminates the myth of talent and discusses trust. Most creators assert, I'm not talented. Godin asserts, you don't need a gift, you need a practice. Gifts are random and unreliable. A practice is consistent. With a practice, mediocre average days still yield output. The average gets better over time. Trust is necessary too. Process trust and audience trust. We establish trust by showing up and promising. How do we trust ourselves when the voice in the head is loud? We give the voice a task. It can talk after the block, but not beforehand. Before we begin, we don't ask, is this good? We ask, what is the next step? As we get through the block, we move our hands. After the block, we check with attention. We also trust our taste. If something is too easy, we push a bit. If something is fuzzy, we make it simpler. If something is frightening because it is honest, we consider to share it anyway, because generous work often feels a bit raw. Audience trust is earned over a period of time. We earn it by keeping our timelines, by being honest, by making authentic commitments and fulfilling them. We take responsibility and apologize when we go wrong. We do not shout for attention. We earn it by being helpful and dependable. We are not loud, we are dependable. Chapter 4 is called Constraints, Blocks, and Fear, and how a practice makes them fuel. Constraints are not the enemy. Constraints are tools. A deadline is a constraint that drives decision-making. A word limit is a constraint that drives simplicity. A template is a constraint that saves time. Constraints shape the day and enable shipping. Blocks hide a decision we have not yet made. I don't know where to start usually means I haven't made the next little decision yet. The exercise succeeds because it is the very first decision. Open the file. Write a terrible first sentence. Draw 3 boxes. Phrase the problem in 1 sentence. The moment we start to get momentum. Fear will come. Fear speaks in the words, this isn't good enough, they will laugh, you will fail. Godin's response, ship anyway, not cavalierly, altruistically. We are not shipping to impress, we are shipping to serve. If we frame it in terms of service, fear diminishes and quantity works. When you ship frequently, no one piece bears your entire identity. One failure is a data point, not a catastrophe. The habit makes fear into feedback. Perfectionism is a unique fear. It is, hold it forever so no one can judge it. The solution is a shipping schedule. I ship every Wednesday ends arguments in your head. Is it perfect? Possibly not. Is it good enough to ship? Yes. Then ship. If this still seems like a good theory, do one tomorrow. Select a small group, do one small thing that is helpful, create one 60-90-minute block. Send it by night with one sincere sentence. Then see what happens. Let results, not fear, be your teacher. Chapter 5 focuses on everyday mechanics. A straightforward loop you can follow for several years. Begin with selecting your time. Place your optimum creative block at the start, when your mind is at its best. Shut out distraction. Phone in another room, clean desk, single timer. Begin with a brief ritual that signals your mind, we are creating now. A cup of tea, one deep breath, same playlist. Begin with the very first small step on a sticky note. Get your hands moving. Don't edit as you write. Write to find out. When the timer runs out, stop. Breathe. Then edit or polish in a second block or on the next day when your mind is somewhere else. Maintain a bare minimum idea capture system. Throughout the day, as anything arises, write it down in one location, a small notebook or a single notes app. Censor nothing. Later select one to construct. That fills up the well. Maintain a short shipping checklist, so shipping the final mile is easy. Title, proofread once, alt text for image, links checked, post. When shipped, write down one sentence. What you built, who you built it for, what you learned. That sentence keeps the practice anchored. Feedback becomes watered down. Decide what to measure. If you're working for 20 people, the opinions of strangers aren't as valuable as the feedback of those 20. Ask a few of them one question. What helped you most? Or, where did you get stuck? Use that to guide the next piece. Don't chase big numbers. Chase better service to your small audience. Big numbers occasionally arrive. If not, you at least did generous work for actual people. Chapter 6 pulls back the canvas. Identity, patience, and the long game. We are not our results, Godin asserts. We are our practice. Whether the work sells lots or sells gently, we are there tomorrow. Our identity is, I am someone who keeps a promise to make and to ship. That identity is strong because it is not tied to the mood of the crowd. Patience is required. A practice is a garden, not a firework. It is gradual, then explosive growth. Seeds require water and time. Shipping continues to water. There will be quiet days. There will be slow months. That is okay. The job is to keep the loop going. The work gets better, the audience trusts you more, and the project which you could not even imagine at the beginning becomes a reality. Generosity lightens the heart, competition shrinks the world, service enlarges it. If a fellow creator is working the same audience, rejoice, learn from them, take notes. Many can inhabit the practice because the practice is intimate and personal. Your taste, your voice, your care. The world needs more useful, honest, steady creators. Be one of them. The practice is a guide to creative adults. Show up on a schedule, make for a specific audience, send big work, take the feedback, repeat, work with constraints, divide tasks into tiny ones, meet fear as a clue that you care, not as a stop sign. Keep your identity in the promise you make, not in the applause you crave. This simple loop done over time will change your work, your reach, and your sense of self. You won't need to wait for inspiration. You'll find it at the table because you'll already be working. If this gave you one thing to attempt, tap like as a soft yes, and subscribe if you would like to have a quiet corner each week to grow your practice with us. Pass this along to a friend who is waiting until they feel ready. Tomorrow, choose one little promise, do it, and send it. Let's grow steady, gentle work together.